Hello, Nathan. I'm gonna pull you up here. I'm sorry to hear that you're going through a lot. I know how it is to just need some guidance and clarification and possibly not know where or how to get it. I woke up from a nap today and I just lied there still in my bed. And I just felt like, feels like there's no power. Is there power? I looked around, there's electricity, but then I went to Google search to try to find some power outages, and it turns out that over on the East Coast that there's 1 million people without power, so that's pretty freaking sensitive. I went to the store to get a Red Bull so I could do this reading, and the interaction from the people in there just boo. I just feel like deflated like a balloon, but the Red Bull kicked in. I'm a little intimidated. Maybe it's because I could feel how important this reading might be to you, but I'm going to do my best. And if you like it, then maybe in the future we can do more trades. I don't have an income other than what my basic needs are and what other people help me out with. So that's the beauty of autoimmune disease. So that's just a little bit about me personally while I get your cards shuffled. All right, let's learn. So I gotta run the sage. So Nathan needs some direction in life. Let's see what comes through in the cards for what he needs to know. I'm imagining Space Grandpa right now. I imagine him as Gandalf the White, if you want to be honest. Okay. So what is the archetypal energy surrounding Nathan right now? Just to give me an idea and give him a little more clarity on what's going on. Okay, so this has to do with serving humanity with humility. And the ability to communicate knowledge, experience, skill, or wisdom. A little bit of the weight of the world on your shoulders. Something about you're trying to find something in the right place. And you've searched the world. How exhausting. I think the shadow attributes are coming at you, which is manipulating or abusing students, teaching negative traits, and destructive skills. You may actually be somewhat of a, I wanted to say victim, but I heard pioneer for that. So the shadow attribute of the Messiah is exaggerated belief that you are the only means through which a cause can succeed. So if this seems to relate to your thoughts and energy now, maybe consider serving humanity with humility might be something that you want to readjust to. All right, so clarification on the Messiah. Clarification on the Messiah. because I need this deck. Clarification on the Messiah. It's a card in the middle. I want it to come out on its own though. I think I'm supposed to trust myself to draw this one. There it is. Okay, so Lord, which would be a similar, yeah. So it is what it is. I feel like it's safe to embody this Lord energy. However, I'm not sure if this is you or what's around you. I did ask for the archetypal energy that you're dealing with. It's heavy. All right, what do I do? Planets. This, I just heard you can go straight to the advice with this guy. It was a female voice. Okay. Let's get planets, get the advice. No bullshit. Alright, so what is the planetary energy surrounding the situation? Lunar eclipse. What else? Okay. In the 7th house. So this has to do with relationships and contracts. Can I get one more? With other people. Are you having a 7th house transit, I wonder? I don't think I have your natal energy, but it should come out just fine right here. Anything else? Third house messages. That's the Eye of Horus. When I'm touching these, I'm just feeling like there's like a depression. So what do we want from this? I heard abundance and to be clear. Okay, so change. So you're going through change. I wonder where Pluto is in your chart. So there isn't a lunar eclipse coming. I don't know how much you pay attention to the astrology, but this could all be actually culminating at this point, and it might feel so intense because it's getting ready to eclipse out of your life. Yeah? Trying to get some clarification. Ooh. What's this lunar eclipse change? Marriage. This has to do with your marriage, because we got 7th house partners, and then courtship, and then marriage. Are you torn between two people? Was there a lie somewhere? There's a lie. If she had, do you have a wife or somebody who is having an issue with the way that you communicate with your tribe? It's all here for a practice. I don't know what that means. Alright, so here's the Tarot of Shadows. I'm just gonna grab a card and read straight from the book. So what's the shadow side to the subject in question here? which is shadow aspect of Ryan himself. The shadow aspect of Ryan himself. I don't know if you have one, which is odd. What's the shadow aspect of Ryan himself in this situation? In these partnerships? I honestly don't know if you have one. This reading might not even be about you directly. Okay, so what came up is Fantasy Lord. I really feel like there's fake people around you, like in your space, and that's your issue. Like, what do you even do with that? Do you freaking see the book on the table, or like, where did I just pull it out from? Right here. 77. Oh, it's not page 77, it's thing 77. Okay. Wow, this is the last one in the book. Crazy. Okay, Lord of Fantasy is associated with Neptune, the planet of mysteries and illusions. Neptune is named after the Roman god of the sea who ruled the oceans, rivers, streams, springs, as well as the world underwater. In astrology, Neptune is considered the planet of idealism and spirituality. His sphere of influence includes the province of the subconscious, the realm, and the memories, intuition, and clairvoyance. Feel free to stare at this candle. I heard some sort of atonement while staring at the candle. All right. Neptune invites people to plunge deep into their... Neptune is in retrograde right now, so people are shrouded in their own illusions. It's harder and more complicated for them to see the truth because they're in their belief systems as opposed to collective adherence. Sorry, I don't know the some of the words I speak mean. Collective adherence. So it must be, I would assume that, keep going, okay. For the soulful revolution of the anomaly of sacred scripture. I have no idea what that means. So Neptune invites people to plunge deep into their subconscious, where the division between the self and social context becomes dusky. He reveals to a person the secrets of meditation and opens a door to different states of consciousness. And remember, this is the shadow to the other, whoever is involved. This is 100% celestial and planetary. I want to say control, but it's not. I heard a division. I don't know. Under the influence of Neptune, a person becomes unable to distinguish between fantasy and reality. Neptune can generate endless loops of hallucinations. Okay, so you get the point, right? It is also believed that Neptune can endow a person with an incredibly developed intuition as well as a prolific, I can't say that word, for mysticism. Okay, so the card meaning is extrasensory perception, moral purification, prophetic dreams, conscious psychological regeneration, wishful thinking, fantasy, muddled thinking, unrealistic explanations, altered states of mind, yearning, scattered energies, illusions, visions, lack of concentration, ideal view of reality. So what is the advice on that? Yeah, because you just needed clarity for that's what it is. What's the advice on that? About that? I'm grabbing Lenormand for this, the advice about that. It seemed a little sloppy. Dig deeper. There's a lot to untangle. This may be something. Oof. Why is there a scythe there? In the public business. This is about your business growth. Look at my face. I'm feeling energy like crazy. I keep getting this reoccurring theme of like snakes in your grass and people being disillusioned and you don't know what to do. So is it two situations? Is it a relationship that you're in, they're not understanding what's clear? They don't see clearly like you do, and so it's causing some sort of a conflict that is needing to eclipse out. Okay. Why is this happening? Why is this happening? Your first house. I don't know what you have in Aries, or maybe it's the collective Aries. I wonder if you have a Chiron there. Alright, why is this happening? Why is this happening? We know why it's happening. Okay, what to do about it? What do we do about it? What do we do? Alright, so that's what you must be frustrated about. Not getting any answers. I'm going to try to clear some of this for you. What does Nate need to know about this? What does Nate need to know? There we go. What does Nate need to know? One more? Sheesh. There's a lot you need to know. I guess that would be congruent with the Lenormand card that came out. Fantasy Lord, that's also Vishnu. I really think that once Neptune goes direct and then there's an eclipse, I think it's either in your first or your 7th house and this is going to clear away. And if you don't know, I can give you the dates on that. So these came out, so I think that they're not the main subject, but they're semi-important. So healing chaos, there's a tornado and butterflies. I know you're into symbolism. New beginnings, so that would be that eclipse energy. And pleasure, that looks so peaceful. You just want to walk the path, yeah? So your strength and your courage is being tested. I feel like this is gonna springtime. So I got blessings, courage, pleasure, new beginnings, healing, chaos. I have a feeling that you can basically interpret your own shit just as long as the energy is provided, like, as long as I guide it. And you, I don't know. Normally I would spend a lot of time channeling, and this just feels like, okay, I get the point, okay, I get the point, okay, I get the point. Alright, so what's some advice? What's some advice? Oh. Your mind might be going in a whole bunch of different places. What's the advice? So the advice is assume all duties with love in your heart. And face your pain. You need return love. So I feel like the fact that, do people not give back to you? Because that's kind of what I'm getting here. Where's the shadow? This is the Dark Mirror Oracle. And then I'll just pull some tarot after this. What does it need to know? What does he need to know? There's nothing dark coming out for you. If that's what you needed to know. I mean, I looked at the top just for the hell of it, and hiding your true self came out again. Oof, my ears. And bride in a cage. So again, with the married thing. So a bride in a cage refers to when you make a commitment to somebody from your shadow self, and then you realize, oh fuck, now I'm just stuck here expressing the parts of me that I'm not proud of. But was the contract made to be broken? Okay, so what does he need to know? They were already shuffled. Alright, fine. Is this good? Who, what, why, when, where, how. Who, what, why, when, where, how. Who, what, why, when, where, how. Okay. So there's some sort of disappointment with independence and security and just peace and I don't know why it's killing two birds with one stone and having your ducks in a row. This looks like you could really receive. I keep getting the same message over and over again. You need to receive. Here's that Neptune energy again. The High Priestess, Neptune, Vishnu. There's the Kabbalah, or the Tree of Life. There's a lot of energy channeling here. Do you wish you were more abundant? I don't know, it just feels so low. Is it a situation of worthiness? You wonder you're worthy to receive, or they are? Oof. Yeah. Nine of Swords. Overthinking it? Or is it keeping you up at night? So who is this person who's lacking receiving all of that stuff that I mentioned? Who, what, why, when, where, how? Is that who I said it? Who, what, why, when, where, how? Okay. What is the High Priestess? Do you feel disconnected? Why is this High Priestess here? And the eclipse came out, and this is the High Priestess here is the moon. Why is this High Priestess here? Why is this High Priestess here? I keep getting itches on my head, like, what's going on with Aries in your first house? Is there some kind of a secret love affair? You're not receiving enough love? Again, I already got that message. Who? What? Why? That's just straight up overthinking. What are we overthinking? Yeah. Here's that despair I keep feeling, the depression that I keep feeling. So it's in your mind. Ding! I got a ding! I keep on, I always switch the who, what, why, when, where, how. Oh, who, what, when. I always switch that shit around. Who, what, why, when. There's your Mars energy. Mars and Leo. There's some sort of a guide or a messenger. Are you wanting to receive some recognition? Let's see. When you don't feel recognized. Yeah, you don't feel recognized for what you do. A lot of us are kind of in this situation right now because the planets are still in retrograde, so it feels like a stop and go. There's your enemy. There's your Neptunian energy. And here's the celebration. Who the fuck is being fake in relationships? Where? You got a Gemini around you? Or when you're in communication, you're lying. If you're wondering if there's a lie, I definitely see lies here. If you think there's a woman lying to you, there is a woman lying to you. I don't know if the young woman is outside of you and you're the scholar, but the scholar and the Page of Swords go together because there's Gemini is here twice. Gemini is communication, research, your logical mind being in your head, feeling anxious, and how I think this is Scorpio, isn't it? Oh, King of Swords is Libra Scorpio, but in this deck it's Venus and Libra, which is also Venus in Libra. I think that's the second decan of Libra, which is also the partnerships. It's exactly the other astrology card. Venus and Libra, Venus and Libra. Somebody's not being fair. They're too much in their heads and they need to use their heart. They need to find a balance with their heart. This teacher could also be Gemini energy, although normally I would say Sagittarius. But it does have the ability to communicate knowledge, experience, skill, or wisdom here. So there's somebody, the King of Swords. I thought it was, for some reason I'm thinking Scorpio, King of Cups. So the King of Cups. I don't see a divorce happening, but the King of Swords reversed. Okay, so with all of this Gemini energy in business, in relationships, if there's somebody lying to you in a business partnership, then there's a lack of fairness here. Was there paperwork not signed properly? Let me see if I can see anything. I don't see much, just a lot of mind, spinning in circles in the mind. Alright, so what does he need to know? What does he need to know? I feel like we're getting closer. What does he need to know? I'm going to read right from the book on this. What does he need to know that I can read from the book? It will guide the energy. Emotion and intellect. That came up a few times as well, dear. One more card. The way that you communicate. Okay. One more. And then we'll wrap it up. One more. Oh, well, 3. You got 3 more. Which one should I read? Emotion, intellect is the important one. 291. Also, at the end of the book, that's so crazy. I wonder if that means we're near an end of a cycle. This is from the Dreams of Gaia tarot. So the keywords are love, fear, expression, suppression, head, heart, ease, and dis-ease. Key phrases: influence of emotional disharmony. Both love and fear motivate. Is fear the more dominant force? Unvoiced emotions must be expressed. Yeah, I missed that, so that's important. Address unhealthy imbalances. Suppressed emotion creates dis-ease. Seek a productive means of emotional release. Be proactive and mindful of your emotions. So, meaning, the 11 of Water is balancing and realignment card that addresses any emotional disharmony that may be influencing your choices and environment. It also represents the need for us to see the whole and how an imbalance can affect it. Love and fear. How many times have you heard someone say that a choice or an action was made from a place of fear, or was born from a person's insecurities and doubts? Or was it born of love? When we are attacked by others, we may react and retaliate because we are angry and afraid, but we also may act because we have love for ourselves and wish to address an injustice and prevent further injustice. We may choose not to take a risk or make changes in our lives because we are afraid of the unknown future, but we may also choose not to take a risk that may alter our lives because we love the way we already have. So that would be the bride in the cage energy, to not take a risk because it'll alter things. It's like being comfortable in the discomfort. We may be plagued with doubts, but we can also be blinded by love. So that Nine of Swords energy with the despair and the love. The more energy with the Moon, which is love. The truth is that most of our actions are motivated by both in equal measure. Fear and love, like creation and destruction, cannot exist without one another. That's why this Libra energy, this Venus and Libra energy is reversed.